Hello everyone, welcome to the IAS Mentor Ancient History series. We are continuing Mauryan administration. So far we have seen political history, sources for Mauryan Empire, extent. Let us see what was the nature of administration during Mauryan period. When it comes to Mauryan administration, the monarchs of Mauryan Empire were absolute in nature. So what is the nature or key characteristics of Mauryan Empire means? It was run by absolute monarchy. Absolute monarchy. Rulers used to control executive, legislature, and judiciary. All three organs of the state. Rulers or monarchs used to control. Next, they maintained centralized administration, vast bureaucracy, because most of the Indian subcontinent came under Mauryans. In order to run the administration, they needed vast bureaucracy. They maintained centralized military. Otherwise, they cannot control this much vast empire. If there is any kind of law and order disturbance, they have to immediately suppress. They maintained huge bureaucracy for tax collection purpose, for judicial purpose, for land measurement, for trade control, economic activities control, and so on. So overall, absolute monarchy from the king side. All the executive, legislature, judiciary were coming under king's control. Centralized administration they maintained, vast bureaucracy because of the vastness of their empire, and strong military they maintained. Standing army they maintained. Standing army they maintained. And the rulers were enlightened despots. Enlightened absolute monarchs means they do not think about exploiting the people. At least the initial rulers like Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusara, and Ashoka, they were always thinking about the welfare of the people. That's why the nature of the administration is welfare oriented. Welfare oriented. Like today we are talking about DPSPs, Directive Principles of State Policy. That means state is not to exploit the people but to help the people. That kind of administration they maintain. So these are some of the characteristics of the state administration. And this kind of administration is very unique to that particular point of time. That's why this is very unique in the Indian history itself. Now, what are the sources to understand? When it comes to sources, to understand the nature of the administration, archaeological sources, always we have two sources, another one literary sources. When it comes to archaeology, we have Ashokan edicts. He gave royal decrees and asked his officers to inscribe them on the surface of rocks and pillars. Ashokan edicts, one of the important sources to understand their administration. When it comes to literature, Indian source, that is Ardhashastra, Kautilya's Ardhashastra. Foreign resource, Greek resource, Megasthenes Indica. These are the sources to understand administration of Mauryans. Next, when it comes to the Mauryan administration, they divided entire empire into different provinces. Division means central authority, center divided into multiple provinces, province 1, province 2, province 3, province 4 and so on. And again different, each province again divided into various districts. Central capital is Pataliputra, that is the core region, divide into different provinces, province 1, province 2, province 3, province 4, like that. Again each province divided into various districts, and this is known as Janapada. Each district is known as Ahara. So various Janapadas, various Aharas, divisions of the empire. Now when it comes to the central administration, king is at the top, central administration. King is at the top, and below him executive, legislature and judiciary. Whoever officers are there or ministers were there, they used to work under this. Likewise, king used to have certain advisors. For example, Purohit, he is an advisor to the king. We have his own advisors. Executive, he is the head of executive, legislature and judiciary. Now, at the central level, they had different officers called Adhyakshas, Amatyas, Tirdas. These were like ministers. For each and every department, they were having different ministers. Vast empire, they wanted different ministers to handle different departments. These are various terminologies: higher level, middle level and local level, Adhyakshas. Likewise, different ministers were there, also called like council of ministers. Council of ministers, set of ministers. So king is supported by council of ministers. All right, next one. When it comes to judiciary, king is at the top. Ultimate judge in the empire is king. And again, various judicial officers will be there. What is the main book? One is Dharma Sutras. Another one is king himself make laws, judicial laws. That's why he is the final arbitrator. King himself decides what is the punishment for different kinds of crimes. Likewise, this is related to judiciary. Next, when it comes to taxes, different officers like Sannidata, Samaharta, different officers were there. These are all like at the central level. Likewise, different officers. And when it comes to military, there will be Senani, commander-in-chief. Under him, different wings like horses, cavalry, infantry, foot soldiers, elephant wing, chariot wing, and so on. They used to maintain. You see how vast bureaucracy they were maintaining. Lot of officers they needed to maintain very big empire. This is about central level. Next one. When it comes to provinces, these are various provinces they divided. Various provinces. Patliputra is the capital. Here, Toshali, one provincial headquarters. This region is Kalinga. And this region is known as Suvarnagiri. And this region is known as Avanti. The capital is Ujjain. Here we do not know what is the headquarters. And here Takshila province, Gandhara region. Who are the officers here? Royal family members who used to be appointed. They are known as Kumaras or Yuvarajas. Yuvarajas. These provinces are known as Janapadas. They are known as Janapadas. And again, there will be officers to maintain law and order, to collect the taxes, for the judicial purpose, and so on. Again, at the central level, like same at the central level, provincial level also, different officers were there in provinces. If you go to the districts, each province again divided into different districts. These districts were known as Aharas. Likewise, now some of the important officers at a provincial level: Pradeshika, Rajuka, and when it comes to the local level, village level, Gramani or Gopa or Gramika. These are the various officers. You see how elaborate system. Identify this one. When it comes to this is where centralized administration, provinces divided, and again districts. In central level itself, various officer names, judicial, various taxes related, military related, then different provinces, different names. From the general studies point of view, you have to remember some of the important officers. These are all different officers in Mauryan period. Next, when it comes to Ashoka, a unique development has taken place during his time period. He gave a code of conduct. Known as Dhamma. His empire is very vast. He cannot maintain his army, he cannot maintain law and order, peace and stability in his empire through force always. That's why he gave a peaceful mechanism, so that people automatically show respect towards the crown, respect towards the officers, respect towards various sects, so that law and order problem will not prevail. Dhamma, Ashoka Dhamma. So in that, he explains the responsibilities of officers. Like he told in his inscriptions that at least for every 5 years, government officials should visit the local areas and get the information from the local areas, what are the grievances of the people, so that welfare activities can be taken care. Next, he also gave duties to the citizen or his subjects, that they should respect learned people, they should respect elders. So this is how he has given responsibilities, duties to officers, at the same time duties to public also, duties to people as well. It's a very unique experiment of his time period. That's why his name became very important in our history. Another term also added to his name, Ashoka the Great. One of the reasons is this only, Ashoka Dhamma. He also appointed Dhamma Mahamatras. Dhamma Mahamatras to promote his idea of Dhamma to the people so that people can understand what is the real intention of Ashoka while propagating this. Ashoka Dhamma. He also have taken so many welfare activities like construction of wells, roads, hospitals, welfare activities, planting trees for the tree, shade of for travelers, and so on. This about uniqueness about Ashoka. One more element about Mauryan administration is municipal administration. Municipal administration mainly from Indica, Megasthenes Indica. He mentions about Pataliputra municipal administration. He told 6 committees were there, each committee 5 members, and these committees used to take care of birth and death, population related information, trade control, customs related, all those whatever requirements of a requirement of a city is there, they used to handle by these 6 committees. All right, this is how central level, provincial level, district level, and municipality level. Don't you see that whatever administration that was there, even in the present times also we are managing like this only. Even in 21st century, we are managing like 3rd century BCE. That's why Mauryan administration is very far advanced in nature of those time periods. That is one of the important administrative model for Indian governance. Next, one last element about Mauryan administration. From Ardhashastra, Kautilya has given a model called Saptanga theory or Saptanga model. According to this, Kautilya says, if king supported by six other elements, and if you include king also, total 7 wings must be very strong. Amatya, good ministers must be there to make king very powerful, empire very powerful. Then Kosha, treasury of the king must be very strong. Territory, as much as big, and also it should be very fertile, rich in nature. Territory called Janapada. Treasure. Next, Danda. That means military must be very strong. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth one, Durga or Durg. That means forts must be very strong. And Mitra, ally. If king is supported by these 6 other wings, we include Swami. King is also known as Swami. Now, if Swami is supported by other 6 wings, that state or empire is going to be very, very powerful. These are the 7 wings of the state. Saptanga theory. King is number 1, remaining all other 6. If these 6 wings of a state or empire are very powerful, then that empire is going to be very, very powerful. Likewise. So this is about Saptanga theory mentioned by Kautilya in his book Ardhashastra. Alright. With respect to foreign policy, Mauryan emperors maintained very friendly, peaceful relationship with neighbors. He sent peaceful ambassadors. Ashoka sent peaceful ambassadors to different courts. He don't want to annex them. For example, Chola, Pandya, Satyaputra, Keralaputras were there. He could have sent an army, but instead of sending the army, he sent peaceful ambassadors. That is how their foreign policy also. In this way, They maintained a very elaborate system of administration during their time period. Even today also, Mauryan administration is one of the role models and inspiration for present day administration as well. All right. This is about administration of Mauryan Empire. With this, we have finished this topic, fourth one, administration of the Mauryan Empire. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.